Hi, beautiful human. Walk with me. It's day 10 of my journey and 204 days to 50 to a better, more energized, more alive me. When I woke up this morning, I had a few thoughts. One, how often do we get up or do something because we have people cheering us on? And on the opposite side of that, how often do we get up and move or do the thing that we're doing when nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering us on? And as I pondered this thought, I asked myself, well, why am I doing this? And the one thing that I can say for sure, that it's not for likes, it's not for anything but to hopefully inspire someone to just get up and move and do something for their health, or start that book, or start that business, or any number of things that you want to do. So, how many times have you been stalling in your life when you felt like nobody was acknowledging what you were doing, nobody was paying attention, it seemed like nobody cared, and you just kind of gave up and said, well, maybe I'll try tomorrow? I've had those moments at many times in my life. And while prior to me starting this, it was a challenge to find the motivation to just get up and do something, because I was in my head. I kept telling myself the same story, tomorrow, or I'll do it on the 1st, or I'll do it next month. And as I was doing that, the pounds kept piling on, and how I felt was getting worse. The pains that I was feeling throughout my body because of my eating habits and lack of movement. Now, it can be difficult to get motivated when we feel unsupported, or when we are stuck in our head and we are telling those stories to ourselves that, well, we're not good enough and it's never worked before, so why should I do it? And I've told myself those stories on occasion, and I've even convinced myself that I was wasting my time. And so for years, I would inconsistently start and stop doing better for myself. I would consistently make excuses, and some I felt were valid and others were not. Back in November of last year, I fractured my leg. And at first, well, let me tell you exactly what happened. I was at a friend's 25th year celebration of her success in her business. I was so proud and honored to be there that I was asked to be there, and was having a great time. And then there was a photo op for everyone that was wearing purple, my favorite color. Couldn't tell because I'm wearing hot pink today, but I like pink too. It's growing on me. And anyways, we got up on the stage and we were adjusting, for height and so on and so forth. And what happened was I went to step down. I was thinking one thing and my shoe was thinking another. So I fell off the stage. There had to have been about, 50 people, and however many on the stage, I really can't remember. Maybe 15, 20 people. And I guess I felt embarrassed, obviously. I fell, and I fell pretty hard. And when I tell you I fell pretty hard, I fell pretty hard. So I did, however, get up and play it off because there was also this cute little contest that was, who wore it best. Essentially, who wore purple best. And, I love purple. And so I got up and I was like, well, I was looking for the sympathy vote, so I made a big joke about it, and you could see, number one, that I bruised my ankle pretty bad. I think I might have had a little scrape on my knee because I fell off a couple of steps off the stage. So it wasn't like a huge fall. In any case, as I did that, I got up and was a little bit hobbly, and I walked on it in excruciating pain, and I just thought it was a really bad sprain. So I walked on it. This was, I believe, on a Thursday. Essentially, I walked on it for 4 days while my ankle was swelling, and finally went to urgent care, and it was confirmed that I fractured my ankle. Now, a couple of things came to mind. They were negative thoughts, by the way. I said things like, the reason this happened is because I'm so fat. I'm so overweight. And the other was that now, should I even bother? Was this a sign that trying to get on a stage and speak in front of people was really the best thing for me to do? So I was just running around with all this crazy stuff in my head. Anyways, when I went to urgent care, they confirmed that the ankle was fractured. I was given a boot that was the incorrect boot. And the pain, the bugs, these little gnats. It's a little bit muggy and humid outside today. It's cloudy too. Anyways, they confirmed that when they confirmed and gave me the first boot, I walked in that boot for a week, working, doing my thing, because no one's going to tell me I can't do something. I'm a little bit stubborn like that. So after walking on it for a week and my ankle just not getting any better, it was just really swollen. And we all need our feet to walk to the bathroom, to cook, to go to work, So, like, this was not going to happen. So I decided to make an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon just to confirm, to get a second opinion. I went there, they did more x-rays, and because of the fracture, I had two options. Let it heal that way, but I may feel additional pain as the healing process goes on and as I get older, and or have surgery, realign the bone that had fractured, and that'll be that. So I made the decision to just go ahead and get the surgery. So the surgery was scheduled, it was done, and I felt instant relief from the pain that I was feeling for that week and some days up until the surgery. So now I became immobile, and for 2 days I pretty much sat on the couch or in the bed, because my house has stairs to the living quarters upstairs. And I don't know, I guess I was still joking about it and convincing myself that that this would heal relatively quickly and that everything would be fine. And one day after another, I was getting frustrated because I didn't want to be off my feet. And so a part of me was feeling like I had messed up again. And I also fractured my ankle back in, I believe it was 2019, the other ankle, but it was a clean fracture, so it was able to heal on its own without any surgery. So I officially have had 2 fractures, but now on my right ankle I have a metal plate and 6 screws. So I am Terminator T10, y'all. Anyways, the 2 weeks felt like an eternity. Had to use a scooter to get around the kitchen, and of course nothing stopped me because I got to keep moving. And I was working at the time, so that was an added layer of frustration because I was working from home and answering phone calls and, just handling situations because that's what I do. In any case, it was really a humbling experience. Number one, you appreciate what you have more when you lose the ability to use it or you lose it completely. And I'm extremely grateful that it didn't take more than 2 weeks that I couldn't be on my feet and I couldn't drive, so I couldn't go anywhere. But I grew a bigger appreciation for what I have when it comes to my body. And at that time I said, well, I need to get up, I need to change my lifestyle, and I need to do better when it comes to moving around, like really exercising, eating right. And I said that in November, said it in December, my birthday came. Day one, I started walking. I was like, I'm going to make sure I drink plenty of water. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But something inside was like, yeah, okay, I'll do a little bit. And I guess by the end of the month, with a lot of inconsistency, I wound up giving up and went back to the bread and the sweets. And sometimes I would only eat one meal, but I would just eat things that were not good for me, or I would eat too much till it kind of hurt. It could have been for a multitude of reasons. We do things for different reasons. Comfort, subconscious things that we haven't addressed, and so on and so forth. Well, fast forward to the end of April. I made a decision to leave my investor, and I was faced with more things to ponder in my mind, and had I made the right decision, and had I done the right thing. In any case, the month of May, maybe a small portion of me was feeling sorry for myself, or feeling inadequate or not good enough. Same old things that I used to repeat. And in that month of May, after leaving on the 1st of May, I wound up picking up a children's book series that I had started back in January of last year, and had put away and just said, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get it done. And I never did. So when I picked it up, a couple of days, actually it took me, I think, 3 days, I was able to write the story. And then, I'm not an artist. I can draw stick figures and I can attempt to draw, but it would be not like my daughters. They're amazing at drawing. Anyways, so I finished my first book, which will launch on June 26th, which is my little furball's birthday, her 14th birthday. She's getting old, by the way, but she acts like she's still a puppy, so that's a good thing. So I got that done, and I've felt really good about accomplishing that. And then I began to think about all the amazing and incredible things that I have been able to accomplish thus far. And so I took my focus away from everything that was going wrong to all the things that are going right, and that had gone right, and that I had gotten done. And I came to celebrate rewriting my original book that was published in 2016, that was about my life experiences. I rewrote that and expanded it with some helpful tools, I believe, to help people stay encouraged. And I don't know, I felt like I could inspire someone. And then I co-wrote another small little 42-page like pocket book with a friend of mine, and I felt proud of that. I celebrated that. And then I co-authored my third book with Kate Butler Books, And I celebrated that because that was phenomenal. And it went international, #1 international bestseller. So I was celebrating that. So I say all that, or I share all that to tell you that it's easy to focus on all the bad things and all the negativity that we've experienced in our lives, because we feel that maybe people aren't watching, people don't care, people are not cheering us on, or we don't have the support, and these are all things that we tell ourselves. But I'm realizing now that while it takes work to celebrate all the accomplishments and all the things that you have been able to do, that it is just as easy, but it's more rewarding because it takes work to celebrate, especially if in your mindset you've been telling yourself that you're not good enough, that your story doesn't matter, that you can't lose the weight, you can't write the book, you can't release the extra weight, whatever story you're telling yourself. So, I want to leave you with this. Even when no one is watching, just do it. Even when you feel that you don't have the support that you wish people would give, just do it. Even when you feel unmotivated, or you think that what you have to offer doesn't matter, do it anyways. And do it when you think no one is watching. And do it when you think that no one will care. Because what that is showing yourself is that you love yourself enough to stay committed to your journey, to your dream, and you get to celebrate you at the end of that. So I ask again, what is something that you've been doing that nobody knows and you're doing it anyways? I hope that sharing just a little bit of my journey inspires some thought or reflection, and that you are able to finally take the first step. And that's all it takes, is the first step. I'm doing it. I'm enjoying the beautiful scenery, walking this trail. It feels good. It's muggy, but I promised myself that I would get up every day, rain or shine, and I would walk. Now, aside from walking, I am doing other things, some strength training. I'm eating a whole food, high protein, good fats diet. I've removed sugar and the carbs that are not so great for you completely. So this is day 10. I have days where I feel a little weak, a little like maybe I'll just skip today, but I want to thank all those individuals that when I do go on social media and showed their journey, their weight release journey or their health journey, I want to thank them for the inspiration. And I'm grateful for my own motivation. And so today, take a step, take a few deep breaths, meditate, ponder, and just move. Thanks so much for being with me here today. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to be here. I just want to share a little bit of what I'm seeing. This little creek and the calmness and still that I'm feeling just being here. This is so grounding. Have an amazing and incredible day. And until the next time, toodaloo, darlings.